Yeah, it's so fascinating to me because there was a point in time when there wasn't even art schools. Michelangelo didn't go to art school. You know what I mean? So it's fascinating to me that now we have this whole system in place. Now, obviously, I went to art school because I was like, at least if I get a degree, maybe I can get a job. Because there was like no model for being an artist for me in my life. I was like, I don't know what being an artist is. I have no freaking clue. And for all I knew, I was going to be designing sheets at Target or something. I don't know. you know, I really did not know. And so the benefit of that was just being so just unknowing about anything art related. But yeah, we have our world, our time that we're in has gotten to this place where it's really valuing the degree. It's really valuing your credentials. What credentials do you have? Well, your credentials are that you create. It's the only credentials you need is that you're an artist and that you create. And I think that's a perfect response. But we do have to realize that we live in a system, in a world right now that is valuing that, not so that we have to be in defense of anything in that way of like, we don't have to let them put that on us, right? You don't have to let other people's opinions be put on you, right? So don't do that. Like, stand in your power. Don't give your power away to anybody. To me, I'm like, the best education is experience. Always has been, always will be. The experience of doing paintings, of learning and growing and doing the act of painting, whether you're trying to build a business or build your skills in painting, it's all the same thing. Experience is the education that you need. So I tend to see three types of artists out there. For example, there's like the serial students. They will always be a student because they will always be in the student mindset. Okay, so they never think that they're good enough, even whenever they are, even whenever they've got all the juice, they got all the talent, they've got massive gifts, massive creativity, but they don't believe that they're really an artist. Everybody else is an artist, but not me, right? So there's that person, and they get caught in this trap of constantly seeking the right information. There's so many artists who went to art school who are not artists now. They're not doing art. They're not practicing art, who went to art school. I mean, it's just so sad. So just having a degree does not make you an artist, right? Even just studying art does not make you an artist. Oh my goodness. So there's that artist that's out there. Then there's the artist that thinks that they don't need to learn anything, right? They praise themselves for being self-taught. I don't need to learn anything, so it's kind of the exact opposite of the first person that I shared, that is that they don't allow anybody to support them or give them any kind of education. And so in that way, how can you really grow in that way? Because we all need each other, to grow. So even Michelangelo was learning, from others around him, from teachers that he had. There was no art degree, no art college back then, but he still had art instructors. However, he also claimed his artistry very early on and said, I am an artist, and this is what I will do for the rest of my life. And this is how, in his case, this is how I will serve my God, for the rest of my life. So he, and of course, there's stories of his arrogance and him saying how much he was better than everybody else. And I don't really care about that. I don't really see that as right or wrong. It's just how different people do it. So you don't have to be, you don't have to be a perfect person to be a successful artist. You don't have to know everything to be a successful artist, right? So it is interesting, but just be careful with getting in this place of inferiority of like, everybody else is a better artist than you. And I know that there was a time for me that there was a definite shift in that, because I would oscillate between claiming my artistry and walking in that artistry and mastery where I was right then with the skills that I have right then. Even though I knew I wanted to get better, and like, was it Libya saying, you know, you want that masterpiece, you know, you just want to arrive at that day where oh, whoa, I finally made it, you know. So that can also cause a bit of a problem because you're so focused on your desired outcome in the future. The future is always better, so you're always giving power to the future, right? And then other people give power to other people. Like, I'm somehow incapable, everybody else is capable. I'm somehow not talented enough, everybody else is talented enough. And it's just simply not true. It's just a limiting thought. It's a limiting belief. Most of the time, it just comes from childhood, you know. And so, and you also don't have to even clear that belief. You know, you can still struggle. You can still struggle with that belief and still take the action, feel the fear, and do it anyway, and still walk in that artistry anyway, even with that inferiority as a little sidekick over here hanging out still. You know, so I also don't want to give anybody that impression, like, you know, again, you don't really need to fix yourself in order to be an artist. Just be an artist today. You're already an artist. You know, be her today, be her now. You know, you be her. How do you be her? Anybody? How do you be the artist now, today? What do you need to do? How do you be her? You create. Yes. Make shit. And there is a certain point, you know, I definitely had a lot of teachers in my life that I really put up on that pedestal, and I really saw them as somehow they have more than me. Somehow they were smarter than me, more talented than me, had better education than I had, because the school I went to sucked, obviously, and didn't teach as well as the school that they went to, and that's why they were so great. You know, all these things, right? All these things that we think. And the only way you're ever really going to really have that true fulfillment and that true sense of purpose is by really stepping into the artist that you want to be right here and now, and really seeing that you are that artist, right? Like, nobody else has more than you, nobody else is better than you. And you really don't need anything else other than you showing up, doing your work, walking your talk, right? So doing what you need to do. And if that's improving a skill set, then you go, okay, I need to improve. Somebody was saying about flowers. Okay, I want to paint flowers. Now I got to start studying flowers now, man. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's make some hideous ass flower paintings in the beginning. You know, I made so many ugly flower paintings in the beginning. It was just hilarious. But you can't trust what you're seeing right now. You have to just know, like, you're doing the work that's required. And so the end result that you are desiring, you know, will come to you. That is just the way that nature works. It's just the law of life, right? But if you're getting hung up on, I'm not there now, therefore I'm not going to do it now, well, you're just never going to get there, right? You're never going to make that flower painting that you crave to make, or have that skill set, whatever it is that you want to have, right? Okay, awesome. Step into the artist today, and it's very simple, right? Yeah, it is so simple. We get in our heads, we give our power away to everything and everybody, you know. It's just, yeah, it's just what happens. So you get stuck in the loop. There's like six main limiting beliefs that create these self-sabotage loops, which is really what they are. One is I'm not good enough. One is I'm not capable. One is I have to be perfect. So you're always seeking to be perfect before you ever, you know, put yourself out there, or, you know, basically it's all, you know, perfection, just fear of failure. What are some of the other ones? I don't fit in. So some of these, like, I don't belong here, I don't fit in. These are just I can only think of 4 right now. There's like 6. And so the person who is afraid that they don't belong or they don't fit in, they actually create that for themselves in their reality because they're in a self-sabotaging loop pattern. So they make things happen that prove to themselves over and over again, see, I don't fit in. See, I don't belong here. See, I'm just too different. You know, see, this will just never work for me. And the mine was always, I'm not good enough. So the I'm not good enough person is usually a people pleaser and an overachiever. They'll get stuck in the I got to keep achieving, got to keep achieving, got to keep achieving in order to be good enough, you know. But it does create this kind of self-sabotage pattern because you're always like chasing the carrot and never getting the carrot, you know. And even whenever you do get the carrot, it still has not created enoughness for you because there's a new carrot. So you have to create the enoughness first where you are right now. You are right now. Be the artist right now that is enough. I am good enough right now. And you truly believe that and embrace that and walk in that. You know, I love David LaFell, but David LaFell has nothing to do with me. I am my artist, right? I am who I am as an artist. I can love and appreciate and respect and admire other artists or past teachers that I've had, but I won't give up my power. You're always enough. I mean, that's really the thing. Like, you're always enough. You're always the miracle. You're always the dazzle. It's just, you just have to embody it. You got to embody the dazzle. I'm dazzling, baby. I'm gonna dazzle myself today, baby. And I'll appreciate everybody else's razzle dazzle too. You guys get after it. Like, I love seeing it, but I'm gonna embody my own dazzle and appreciate that.